together and also the pulling the knees to the chest are not used when you have the head down. They're only used after he's broken free and just started to lift his head up. So it's important that you understand that you're not squeezing the whole time. That's only done when he's starting to get his head up and he's starting to get access to the inside of my knee. Second detail, I want you to get in the habit, on the other side, I want you to get in the habit of reaching up and trying to put your thumb on their chin. As you put your thumb on their chin, now you're going to rotate your arm around and try and take your elbow and touch your rib. Then as this arm goes underneath, you're going to grab like this, no thumb. Then what gives you great pleasure and them great displeasure is to take your elbow and pull your elbow to your ribs. See the look on the face? That's exactly what you want. And your head goes up. So as you have a hold of this grip, I want you to make sure that you pull that elbow down. This is what twists the neck and turns the neck and makes it uncomfortable. This particular grip I found works great with the gi, no gi, and especially MMA. How many people have you seen get caught in ground and pound in MMA? Because they have zero to minimal control over the head. That's because they're hugging the head with their hand like this, or they're hugging the head with their forearm. So those are okay ways to control the head, but they don't really give you a whole lot of control. You really want to pull the head down, twist the head to the side, and have a little cant on the neck. With that small little cant, you find that the radius, the radial bone, ends up hooking on the edge of the occipital knot, and that's why you can't get your head free. Plus, pushing from here, from just above your clavicle, is not a very strong motion. So it's important that you pull them forward, get a hold of their head and their arm, and have that head twisted to the side and a small cant. One last point. So as I have the head twisted off to the side, make sure your head is up and your elbow is up, but in a little bit. You don't want to try and get control of the elbow because then they twist their arm free and now you have more of a problem on your hands. Same thing when you try and control this inward, it's not really that controlled. So twist and come free, please. It's a little harder for them to get their arm free, but they can. So what you want to find is a happy medium. You want the elbow up a little bit, but you also want the elbow up and in. Now it's a lot harder for them to get their head free. Okay? Next thing we're going to add to this is a change in our hip. So those are some details I'd like you to add. Next, I want you to do this. Let's try this one, please. Get right there. So as I have this, I'm now going to uncross my ankles, put this foot over the back, and put my right foot on the ground. Squeeze my knees inward, move my hip to the side, bring my knee up, and then cross my ankles again. Why am I doing this? Go ahead and do whatever you want to do with your left arm. I've now made the left arm dead. Here, let's go this way. Especially in MMA. Go ahead and hit me. A little harder for the camera so they can hear something. Hard, 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 hard. Hit. I want to hear something. Hit me, hit me. Yeah, hit me. Yeah, that's it. People want to hear that hit. That is what he has when I lay flat on my back. Especially even if I do this. Same thing, please. Now it's a love tap. Thank you. So we got a few details on what we're doing with the arm and what we're doing with their neck. And now we're going to add to that, twisting our body to the side of the arm that's over the neck. We put that side up in the air, and we cross our ankles next to their hip. Make sense? Some of you had the same question, so I'll answer it for many of you, for all of you, so that you more fully understand it. Right now, I've really shown you two positions with respect to the close guard. One on your back and one on your side. Okay? Both are usable. Both lead to different techniques. When you're flat on your back, you find that there's more pressure on the neck. You have more control of the neck and a lot more control of that arm that's in between your arms. When you turn on your side, you feel like you lose a little bit of control of that hip. Here's the trade-off. When you turn onto your side, you have more control of both arms. So as you turn onto your side, your goal is going to be to arm lock or sweep. So you're going to control and arm lock and sweep when you turn onto your side. When you lay on your back, you're going to crank on that neck and you're going to allow them to initiate what you need to sweep and arm lock. So let me redefine that. It's like, isn't that the same? It's like, yeah, it's the same, but the difference is when you turn onto your side, you're going to be the person initiating. When you're flat on your back, you're going to use the pressure on the neck to cause them to initiate. How does that happen? Pain on the neck. Let me show you what it looks like. And we'll just do this once, because it is painful. So I come here. I want you to take a look at his hips and his knees. I am purposely not putting a whole lot of pressure on. Watch what happens to his right knee when I start to put pressure on. See how he starts to lean his weight to the left to relieve that pressure? That, I'm sorry, I said I was only going to do it once. I'm going to do it twice. So the moment I start to feel that pressure, I'm going to go to a sweep. Does that make sense? Because he's the one who's initiating. Versus when I put just a little bit of pressure on and I move to the side and I have control of his arms. Now, I'm going to do a different sweep that I'm going to initiate. Thank you. Does that make sense? So I want you to understand that number one, we have two positions, one on our back and one on our side. The one on the back has a lot more pressure on the neck. The one on the side has more control of both arms. Which one you use? Doesn't matter. You use both. I tend to use the one on the side for attacking the arms and for athleticism. Guys who are really strong and guys who are sweaty. Because I want to limit the movement of their upper arm. That's how I'm going to attack their arm. Does that make sense? Questions on that?